Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Broyans Farm. It's the next day after the hometown farmers market. We got to start off this morning by unloading the truck. But as I was walking through the greenhouse, I started to notice that some of our seed geraniums are getting a red leaf. And we've kind of had this problem in the past, like in years before, and we didn't know how to solve it with the regular fertilizers that we're normally using. So we actually contacted a specialist. She came to the greenhouse and told us for our water, like what's in our water, that 15015 works the best for it. So the first thing I'm gonna do this morning is get my 15015 and get that mixed up. I think I'm gonna mix that right around 150 to 200 parts per million. So I gotta look on the notes, or look at the directions here on the bag and see what that comes out to per gallon. I don't know if you can see that. Our injector rate or setting is 1 to 100. At 200 parts, it is 18 ounces per gallon. Put my measuring cup on there, make sure it's on ounces. Tear that. See if I can just bust it up a little bit. It's kind of hard. Oh yeah. We don't use 15015 for much of anything. But I also seen in the notes that the specialist said this will be good for our tomatoes as well. Some pretty big chunks, holy cow. I just went and got a gallon of hot water. That way when I mix it with the fertilizer here, it'll dissolve better. Take my stir stick. I don't know who needs to see this, but I am wearing my Crocs today. I get a comment in a lot of videos saying that I haven't been wearing them lately. And the reason for that is just because I've kind of been having some trouble with my feet lately, just like being sore. And so I've been switching shoes, just, you know, trying to get them to get better. And I thought, well, I really haven't worn Crocs in a long time. Maybe they will help. So I'm gonna try them out today. And like, it's not like I don't replace my shoes. I do wear them out, but this is like my second pair of Crocs, I think, just for this summer alone. And we're not even into summer yet. And you can see on the bottom how good the tread is. And usually I wear them till there's absolutely no tread on them whatsoever. After I got that fertilizer mixed up for the geraniums, I went and checked them out, but they really didn't need it yet. So I moved on to number 2, and I've been just fertilizing everything with the 17-4-17, just to keep everything nice, healthy, and green. Ran out, now I came down here to get some more water to mix up with the fertilizer. And I noticed that we just got a load of, looks like millings, dropped off. Our road has been really bad lately, and so hopefully we can get this in a lot of the potholes. Sometimes it has some big chunks in it, but this actually looks really good. I don't know what's mixed into it, but anything's better than nothing at this point. We had a very cold night last night, right around 30 degrees, and it's actually still pretty cold. I'm barely wearing a t-shirt. And so the high tunnels needed heat on. We actually had 2 burners in this upper one because we don't have a Modine heater. And this is what it looks like. We have one at this end and then one all the way at the other end. The tomatoes are really growing now. Probably, I would say within the next week, they're gonna need to be staked. The whole point of those heaters isn't really to keep it so warm that the tomatoes are gonna grow. It's just basically keeping them from dying, from getting too cold. And it actually does a really good job. It's going on like 3 o'clock right now. I'm just about to finish up watering. All I have left to do yet is the hanging basket tomatoes. Nick was here, my cousin Amber Lee was here. My mom and dad were both working here. My Graham Huffman, my Pat Broyan. Basically the whole family was here working today. But like I said, I was so busy watering, I couldn't really get the video camera out and, you know, record anything. But today is actually my Pat Broyan's birthday. I'm gonna go out right now and wish him a happy birthday. And if you want to leave him a comment down below and wish him one, that'd be awesome too. This is his birthday present. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Mom and Dad got the whole truck unloaded. Now what we're doing is packing a load for the farm market. Mostly hanging baskets, as you can see. Nothing on here besides a couple strawberry plants. Just didn't feel like getting the yellow van out, so we just figured, well, this is already backed in, let's just use it. Here she comes with 2 more.
Oh, somebody did grab 2 of them. That's alright, I wanted 4 of these.
Well, this is what we brought back from market. Do you just want to keep them?
Oh, yeah, I wanted 4 of these anyway, I just grabbed 2 more.
You're at 25 hangers.
Alright.
This is 26.
Yeah, I think I want that one there.
It's not very heavy, that's for sure.
No.
Mom and I just got out here to the farm market. We're gonna unload these baskets. I think there's around like 37 in total. She's got an ad going in the paper, and usually when they hit, she said, it gets a little bit busier, and we want to make sure we have everything stocked full. And just a big, nice display. Pap's out here supervising like normal. It's the next day. I haven't been able to video a lot just because things have been a little bit crazy with Mom working out the market so much and Dad, you know, helping her water out there and just kind of bouncing around. And so I've just been watering every day, right in the morning until just about like 2 or 3 o'clock until I finally finish up. But anyway, we're gonna start here again this morning, watering. Dad got all of the geraniums watered with that 15-0-15, so hopefully we'll see a difference with that in a little bit. Now I'm gonna fertilize the rest of the greenhouse with the 17-4-17. So I'll shut off my main bypass, and that way now it's gonna run through the dosatron, and it's gonna suck the fertilizer right up through this line. So I'll come out here, I'll get my hose turned on, and quick come back in here so you can see it coming up through. Or maybe it won't. I guess not. That last fertilizer was a little bit lighter, but this is, I guess, not a lot different. You can see that air bubble right there. Here it comes. And so now, we have fertilizer running through the line. I'm gonna let it run out the door until, you know, it cycles all the way through, and then I can start watering. I'm basically gonna do everything in this greenhouse with that 17-4 at 200 parts per million, which isn't really gonna make anything grow. It's just gonna keep it nice and green like you see it here. Now is when it is so important to get everything fertilized, just because you don't really notice it, but stuff is very, very big and it's really rooted. And so within 2-3 days, all that fertilizer we're putting in is gonna be washed right back out because we're watering it at least once, if not twice a day. And so we just gotta keep up on our fertilizing. That way everything stays nice and the customers see our beautiful plants and, you know, wanna take them home with them. So I don't know if it's coming through yet. Yep, it's coming through. I don't know if you can see that, but the water is bluer. It's easier in like a white cup instead of a clear one, but that's all I got. I wanna get these sun patients done first. I can tell they're just starting to get a little bit wilty. And obviously, wilty leaves makes yellow ones, so I don't want that. And then what I'll do is I'll go underneath here and I'll wait till I start to see the pots dripping. So I can see one pot's dripping there. But I want to make sure they're watered all the way through, especially when I'm fertilizing. I don't care if they run through a little more. There's another one. 2 more dripping here. Well, actually, no, that one's from the water. But now they're really starting to drip. And that's basically what I'll do now for the next couple hours, just walking around. It's nice in this greenhouse because a lot of the stuff is on waters, so I can hook up and water 50 or 75 pots at a time. Versus number 2, where it's all flats and I have to water each thing individually all by hand. I came up to the house for lunch. Now I'm coming back out to the field here. Just want to check out what the strawberries are looking like. See if the electric is still working. Just gonna jump over this. Like I said a couple videos ago, Dad got all these weeds sprayed. Obviously a couple made it through, but they actually look really good. Kind of hard to hear with the wind, but over on the left side here, these 3, and I think this first row on the right is all bare root. And they look to be a lot bigger, just because I guess they were planted a lot sooner. And then over here, which was kind of a clear difference, but it's also a different variety, is the plugs. Now they seem to be doing pretty well. I can't remember the varieties at this point. I'm gonna have to go through and get some of these weeds out. That strawberry plant's just not doing that great in general, but so far they look half decent, but they still have a long way to go, obviously. I do see some blossoms on there. Like that's a berry already forming, you can see that. That's pretty cool. I see a lot of like plastic pushed up, almost like the strawberries are growing underneath the plastic. You can see here, this strawberry, or this blossom was frosted, that's why it's black. But it might make it through, it doesn't look horrible. This one here wasn't frosted at all though, and that's why it looks so much better. So it's too soon to tell you exactly how I feel between the bare root and the plugs. I can definitely tell you one thing's for sure is that it's way nicer planting them, the plugs versus the bare root. But if we don't get good strawberries off of them, it doesn't matter in the end anyway. So like I said, only time's gonna tell. We might put some kind of fertilizer on these within the next week or so, just to give them a little bit of a boost and really get them going, because like I said, they are still pretty small and we're almost at the beginning of May, so that means we have a month until really we should be starting to harvest strawberries. As far as the fence goes, and from what I've seen, it has been working awesome. Really haven't seen any deer damage, which is a huge plus because compared to our other field, they ate like the whole other half of the field. So that was another great thing. If you want to see that, you'll have to go back into last summer and you can check out me building the whole entire thing. Really not that expensive, especially if you're doing a smaller field. That's a 3-acre field we did. And I don't even remember how much it cost, but it was very affordable compared to the strawberries that we were losing from the deer. But with that being said, that's what I'm calling it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. And always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.